Okay, let me share something powerful about the most embarrassing moment that became the most transformative of my early career. I was 27 years old, fresh off of selling my first company, when my mentor, who bought that company, asked me if I would turn around one of his struggling software businesses. I walked into that conference room full of confidence, bursting with ideas, ready to show them how it's done. 9 veteran salespeople sat there with over 100 years combined experience and most twice my age, each of them, while I had exactly 0 experience selling software in the educational market. But there I was, talking, presenting, telling them what to do, until I finally saw it. The crossed arms, the shaking heads, the eye rolls, the silent resistance. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. Who do you think you are? Why would they listen to you? What have you earned here? So I did something that changed my entire approach to leadership from that point forever. I stopped mid-sentence. I took a deep breath and I started over. I said, I'm sorry. Let me be candid with you all here right now. I've been put in charge, but I've never done this before. You have decades more experience than me, and I'm gonna need your help. Tell me what you need to make your sales process successful. And I promise you this, I'll move heaven and earth to make it happen for you. The room changed instantly. Arms uncrossed, eyes lit up, energy shifted, ideas started flowing. In that 1 hour, I learned more about enterprise educational software sales than any MBA program could teach. But more importantly, I learned the most valuable leadership lesson. Sometimes the best way to lead is to get out of the way. The results? By the end of 6 months, sales jumped 47%. Morale skyrocketed. The team was transformed. But here's what fascinates me most. While most leaders think leadership is about having answers, giving direction, and being in charge, the real magic happens when you ask questions, remove obstacles as your biggest responsibility, and empower others. Let me share what I call the reverse leadership method. Step number 1, shelve your ego. This is the hardest part, especially when you're quote unquote the expert, the boss, the one in charge. But here's what I learned in that conference room. The moment you drop the act of having all the answers is the moment that people start to actually listen to you. Step number 2, flip the scripts. Instead of saying, here's what we're gonna do, ask, what do you think we should do? What is it that's holding us back? What resources do you need to be more successful? Think about that. While most leaders are presenting solutions and giving directions and making decisions, the best leaders are asking questions, removing roadblocks, and enabling success. Step number 3, become the enabler. This is where real leadership happens. Once your team tells you what they need, get them those resources, clear those obstacles, make those connections, fight those battles. Because here's what I've learned. True leadership isn't about being the smartest in the room. It's about making everybody else more successful. Let me give you some examples. Like when I use this approach with our tech development team. Instead of pushing my timeline, my features, my vision, I asked them, what would make this product extraordinary? The ideas that came back were 10 times better than my own. The enthusiasm was electric. The ownership then was complete. Or when we were losing market share, I gathered our sales team and said, you're in the trenches every day. What are we missing here? They identified 3 critical gaps that management never saw and helped design solutions that doubled our close rate. But here's what's really powerful. This method works everywhere. In startups, what would make you proud to work here? In corporate, how would you fix this if it was your company? In turnarounds, what would make customers love us again? So, grab your Darren Daily Journal. Here's your action plan. Number 1, audit your leadership. Think about this as a parent, coach, or church group leader as well. How often do you give answers versus ask questions? How much do you talk versus listen? How many decisions do you make versus enable? Number 2, flip your next meeting. Instead of presenting solutions, walk in with questions. What are we missing here? What would you do? What do you need? And then number 3, track your promises. When people tell you what they need, deliver it fast, without excuse. Because here's the reality. Leadership isn't a position, it's permission. And that permission is earned through trust, built through empowerment, proven through results. So, you share below. What meeting or interaction will you flip this week? What questions will you ask? Remember, the best ideas often come from the people closest to the problem. Your job isn't to be the hero. Your job is to create heroes. Your role isn't to have all the answers, it's to ask better questions. Your success isn't measured by your decisions, but by your team's achievements. So choose humility, choose curiosity, choose empowerment. That's how real leaders create extraordinary results. Want one final proof? That educational software company, it grew 300% in 18 months and went on to be wildly profitable, funding the legacy of that family now 25 years later still. Not because of my brilliant strategy, but because the 9 veteran salespeople finally got a leader who was willing to listen and clear the obstacles so that they could win. Your next breakthrough might be waiting in the next question you ask.